Class, I'm happy to be with you again as we consider this course for public school teachers in African countries. And the title is what we have shared with us before now, Advocacy for the Plight of Public School Students in Africa. We have made it very clear from the introductory video that public school students are disadvantaged, and you and I know that. We see it from all the parameters that we can use to judge it. Look at parameter of admission. How many public school students are gaining admission to universities these days? The percentage is less than 5%. The percentage of scholarship is another. The parameter of scholarship is another thing. Look at it. Many public school students are no more gaining scholarship to leading universities, both within and outside the country. Almost all the scholarship opportunities are being hijacked and taken away by the private school students who are more exposed and more educated parents, or probably richer parents. And then the parameter of employment, many public school students are no more gaining the kind of employment that can break the poverty jinx in their family. The jobs with MNCs, multinational corporations, and leading corporations in the world, many public school students are not having the opportunity of getting these jobs. The reason is quite obvious. They are not studying the competitive courses. They are not having the competitive certificates, and they don't even have the parent that can help them, put in a word here and there. That is why we said that public school students are very, very disadvantaged. And the issue is, in the next couple of years, how many public school students will make it to become a governor, senator, CEO of companies, and giants in entrepreneurship? This is the reason for this course, to see how we can help, because if we don't, the children from private schools will become doctors, but children from public schools might become bus conductors. That will not allow the children from private schools to enjoy their wealth. It is a societal issue that all of us should face, and for this reason we have decided to do this for all public school teachers, for us to see a way of helping them. What are we trying to do? We're trying to look at escape routes for the public school students. We're trying to look at how to chart alternative routes to success for them in case they are not able to beat the competition with their counterparts in private schools. We're going to be looking at 6 lectures in this course, and each lecture will come with practical suggestions and strategies that we can use to help the public school students. When we are done, we are going to be doing review of the class, but before then we'll be doing review of each of the lectures in our training rooms. I want to say this before I continue, that while channeling out strategies to helping the public school students out of the unfortunate situation that has been a product of conspiracy of the society that has separated the house from the have-nots, I want to sound a note of warning that we should not, one, write off these students. Number 2, we should not be pessimistic about them. Number 3, we should not think that there are too many for us to help. If it is a fraction you can help, 1, 2, 3, 10, 5, 15 students from your school that you can help with this information, we will have done a lot. Don't let me waste your time any further. Let's go straight to lecture 1. And lecture 1 is admission without passing UTME, being conducted by Jamb. So UTME is University Tertiary Matriculation Examination that is being conducted by Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board. So for those of us who are not from Nigeria, when I begin to interswitch the words Jamb and UTME, you have an idea of what I mean. So in a nutshell, let me just say admissions without Jamb. Now, many of the public school students, like I've said earlier in the introduction, they are no more passing Jamb, they are no more passing UTME. They manage to pass WAEC. They manage to have credits, to fill distinctions in their WAEC, GCE, NECO. But in UTME that is being conducted by Jamb, many of them are scoring less than cutoff points of the courses they want to study in universities. And I've seen the case of Boladi as a case study, who has been writing Jamb for the past 4 years, 5 years, and is not yet beating the cutoff point. Is yet to gain admission. is becoming discouraged, is becoming depressed, is becoming disappointed, and is already trying to join the bandwagon of the social deviant out there, all because he felt his quest to go into university is not being achieved. What can we do as public school teachers to help Bolade and many of his likes in our public schools across the country, across the continent? So let's look at alternative routes to admission. Number one, monotechnics. We can advise Bolade to go to a monotechnic where they are offering a specialized course that the diploma that will be awarded at the end of the course will be acceptable by many federal universities in the country. Because of our time, I will give only 2 examples for each of these routes that I will be discussing. And Survey School is one of them. Survey School is a monotechnic that offers diploma in surveying, different branches of surveying. And when a student finishes from Survey School, he can actually find his way to university to go and pursue a degree in surveying. We have Nigerian French Language Village in Badagry, Lagos State, Nigeria. It's also a federal government-owned institution, a monotechnic that is offering certificate and diploma in French language. Interestingly, you don't need Jamb, you don't need UTME to enter this school. Now they have 3 levels of certificates, certificate 1, 2, 3, and then it can be converted to diploma, or a child can go straight for diploma in French language in 9 months. And after 9 months, if he passes the exam, then he's admitted to 200 level in University of Lagos and many other federal universities. So without writing UTME, without writing Jamb, he has eventually gained admission, and he will spend like 3 years, get his first degree, go to serve, and come back to do his master's, either in the same language or international relations or other related course. So that is one way by which we can help the public school students so they can still achieve their goal of having first degree even without writing Jamb or without passing Jamb. We have Institute of Oceanography. We have Shipping Institute across the country where they award diplomas for these specialized courses, and then there are universities that accept them into 200 level by direct entry. That is one way. Number 2 is distance learning programs. Many universities, especially public universities and federal universities across the country now, have distance learning programs whereby a student enrolled for a course, and instead of spending 4 years, he spends 5 years. But the advantage is Jamb is not required, UTME is not required. So a child can actually register for DLC program of University of Lagos or DLI program of University of Ibadan to study computer science, to study economics, to study education, and all the courses that are there. And he won't have to write Jamb examination. He can do that. Instead of spending 4 years, he ends up spending 5 years. But it's okay. He did not waste the year. He only spent an additional year, but he will still have his degree. He will still have his certificate, and he will still go for NYSC and can begin to compete for a job with his counterpart from private schools. So this is a second option that public school students can explore when it comes to trying to gain admission to universities, which inability to pass Jamb examination may hinder initially. That's number 2. Number 3 way of gaining admission without university matriculation examination, number 3 way is by considering open university. Open universities are there, and it's a popular and acceptable means of gaining university education all over the world. Open university is not limited to Africa, it's not limited to Nigeria. It's acceptable all over. And the advantage of open university is the public school student who does not have so much financial capacity, or whose parents does not have so much financial capacity can actually be working. As he's working, he can still be going to school. The same thing with the distance learning that we mentioned before. For private school students, this may not be necessary because the parents have the funds and the students also have what it takes to write JAMB, pass JAMB, go to university straight. But should we allow public school students to just become redundant all because they cannot pass JAMB? The answer is no. And that is why we are looking at these options. So I've talked about monotechnics, I've talked about open universities, I've talked about distance learning, and now I want to talk about number 4, which is pre-degree courses. There are many universities in Nigeria here that are offering pre-degree programs. That is, you will enroll for a particular course and you will do a foundational year before 100 level. So when you finish the pre-degree, then you continue with 100 level. You don't need JAMB and you won't need UTME. We can open the eyes of public school students to this. Many federal universities in Nigeria are doing this. So instead of Bolade to continue to write JAMB year in, year out for 4 years, for 5 years, it's not gaining admission. Then we say, Bolade, go for pre-degree. When you go for pre-degree, you pass the basic subjects will be taught. Physics, chemistry, biology for science students, commerce, accounting, business studies, and related subjects for commercial students, and then literature in English language, languages, government, and that will be considered for art students. So for this pre-degree, the results he gets will determine the course that he will eventually be offered. So he will eventually get to 100 level, and then he will finish his course, have his certificate, and continue the journey of life. This is another way by which a public school student can go to university without having to write the almighty JAMB in quote. Then we have the JUPEB. It is also a recognized examination because there is a board that is sent into this, and the public school student can actually write a JUPEB examination. He will go for lectures about 9 months, and then he will write the exam. If he passes the exam, he will be admitted to 200 level in university. So it does not require JAMB. It requires sitting down and going for the lectures, passing the lectures. The difference between JUPEB and pre-degree is that when a student passes JUPEB, he is going to 200 level. Many universities, even many private universities, are offering this program now, and that will be number 5. Number 6 is IJMB, which is also accepted by many universities all over the country that they can use to get admission into 200 level IJMB and A level courses can actually help a child to go to 200 level without necessarily passing through JAMB. Now, number 7 will be NCE. That's a National Certificate in Education. So by attending colleges of education, Bolade can actually escape writing JAMB. So whatever score he has in UTME can enter College of Education. And when he is through from College of Education, he goes with direct entry to go and study in Faculty of Education of universities. The only difference is, of course, he is going to be taken to 200 level. He might have spent some years trying to get his NCE, but it's not a waste. It is still part of his journey in life and is part of additional certificates. These are the ways by which public school students can have their degree without necessarily writing JAMB. And finally, we have National Diploma and Higher National Diploma from Polytechnics across the country. By this, instead of wasting time writing university matriculation examination over and over and over. We say that let public school students just go straight to Polytechnic. You want to study statistics in university or economics or computer science, go for statistics in Polytechnic. When you have your ND and you have upper credit or first class, then you can go ahead to university to go and study. Either you can study statistics, you can study computer science, you can study economics, you can study computer science with economics, and so on and so forth. These are the opportunities that are available for public school students, by which they can still achieve their goal of having university degree without necessarily writing or passing JAMB, which is becoming an impediment for many of them. Don't forget this course is advocacy for the plight of public school students, and it's basically for public school teachers. So with these 7 options, we can go and tell the students and help them to go through this. I'll be expecting your comments and I'll be expecting your questions in our training room, and I'll be able to throw more light in our training room when we get to the training room immediately after this. If you want to join the training room, look at the WhatsApp number there. Contact the WhatsApp number and you can be part of the discussion. I'll be coming your way to look at the second lecture, which is employment without certificates. If public school student does not have first degree certificate, can he still get employment? Of course he can. We're also going to be looking at about 5 or 6 ways by which public school students can gain employment without necessarily having a first degree certificate or master's certificate. It is all for the sake of public school students, to bridge the wall of dichotomy between the rich and the poor, between the have and have-nots in the society. We can get this information to a few of them and save a few. Who knows whether one of them that will save can become another Dangote that will eventually become employer that will take tens, if not hundreds of thousands. My name is ADVOCACY, and I will be coming your way again for the next lecture very shortly. Don't go away. Thank you, and God bless you all.